Holler if you hear me. Welcome to Friday night here from my part of YouTube land, everybody. Everybody here who's come around and is in the know, hello. And introduce yourself right there in the chat. For anybody out there watching who's watching for the first time, hasn't been around, and isn't in the know, well then say hello in the chat as well. We got people coming in. We got my one of my loyal subscribers, my freaks out there. You're all coming in saying hello, and for all those out there, one of my freaks right here that I'm drawing for the first time is actually a little dedication to somebody that unfortunately passed a few days ago, and that wasn't really reported on or seen in any kind of headlines that I was seeing, even in pop culture websites. But the one and only Penthouse Pet of the Year turned actress turned cover model for Heavy Metal magazine, queen of the B movies of the 90s, the one and only Miss Julie Strain, passed away on the 10th of January this year. So yes, January 10th, 2021, Miss Julie Strain is gone. She's no longer with us. And I'll give you a little bit of a primer on those who don't know who she was. Well, way back in, say, the mid-90s, she was a Penthouse Pet and became the Pet of the Year and leveraged that towards lucrative work doing modeling and film work, mostly straight-to-video action films elsewhere, from the TNA action straight-to-video auteur, Mr. Andy Sedaris, who specialized in making films of the action variety, of the variety that had Penthouse Pets and Playboy Playmates habitually cast as the lead actors, usually in gun-toting roles. And yes, that's why the two most common poses you would see of Julie Strain when she wasn't nude would be her with a sword or her with a gun. And then she happened to be the woman who won the honor of becoming Mrs. Kevin Eastman, the Eastman being the co-creator of the Ninja Turtles, which of course that meant him having her habitually being used as the cover model for Heavy Metal magazine. Even though the covers were almost always painted artwork, it was always photo referenced from Miss Strain's photography modeling work. She also was a nude art photographer herself, along with her work in modeling and in acting. So she had many talents in many different directions. And in the last few years, she wound up in hospice care, unfortunately. And besides all of that, she was in hospice care, divorced from one Mr. Kevin Eastman, I think sometime in the 2000s, but Hollywood marriages, they come and go. So the surprising ones are the ones that don't come and go. But and all of that, the first thing I ever remember seeing of her was, it wasn't even actually the movie itself. It was a trailer for the movie that was on the VHS for Dogma. When, yes, that was the first Kevin Smith film I remember seeing. And in the previews in front of the Dogma VHS, they had a film called Heavy Metal 2000, which, yes, it was the sequel to that adult cartoon anthology movie from the 80s, Heavy Metal. And Heavy Metal 2000 was, instead of it being an anthology, it was all one story that starred Miss Julie Strain as the voice of, as well as the likeness, the reference model for FAKK dash 2, I think it was. She was supposed to be a warrior robot sex puppet kind of creature. And of course, in an outfit like that, did you expect her to be anybody else? She was a true. There was even a photography book of hers that was of her different modeling poses, modeling photography over the years, called 6'1" and Worth the Climb. Trust me, I've seen it for myself. I'd say check it out if you can. And besides all that, there's also some new things that came in the mail today. I think this is another one in a series from Impact, the great comic publisher here, or comic reference publisher, in the series of comic artists photo reference Men and Boys that includes a 1,000 plus color images on a CD-ROM that's right here in the back. Except who uses those anymore? Who has laptops haven't had CDs for a very long time, and who else has had them on their laptop? Who still even has a laptop that even functions with a CD-ROM anymore, or DVD player? I can't find any. I don't know any. And here we get basic variety of people with action, of course, action poses, like a big buff guy with swords at different angles. We've got here, he's got a bow, if you wanted to draw Conan the Barbarian, or in the case of the bow and arrow here, you wanted to draw Mr. Green Arrow. Or here, just angry guy, you got blasts, you've got punching here, of course. Who else? Oh, you've got sitting, and you also have special lighting, which is good to see, interesting to see. Here, more punching. We've got running and nunchucks in the same page, same 2-page spread. Nunchucks and running are always helpful. Here you've got some more gun work. You've got some more firearms, some choking and scared. Choking and scared in the same page spread. Here we've got more swords, here with a different body type. I think this guy is actually in better shape than the guy they were showing before in the other pages I went through. We got some cape work there. And here's the front page for this model here, the reference model being Jarrett. And here's, we've got wounded. Wounded, not as in good a shape as that guy before. That's to be expected. And we got jumping, we got flying, we got sitting and kneeling, we got scared. We got some bow, and except this guy with a different physique and different angles, and cape. So we've got the different physique types and different angles. And then here in the back, we have a little demonstration of somebody taking Raphael Cayanon using that photo up there. And from that reference, he goes and decides to draw. We get the stages of how he's working from it until we get to that. And see if we got a final big page. That beautiful piece from that one guy there, that one bodybuilder guy with the pose. Beautiful stuff. And then we get more swords and swords and swords. And we also get some dressing and some punching and some martial arts kicking. This will definitely be helpful. And yes, of course, here during my streams, I habitually draw women, but when it comes to doing, comic art or say commissions from characters that would say be of the male persuasion, then yes, this is definitely going to be referenced that throughout my work there from now on. And look, we even get a little demonstration right there of that guy right there compared to the big swordsman, laser swordsman, Jedi Knight looking guy with the eye patch right there. Besides all that, there's also something else that came in that's good reference is poses for fashion illustration. 100 essential figure template cards for designers, women's edition. And what this is me using these when it comes to how to design, let's say, ladies' costumes. Since, yes, and when it comes to making comics, you're designing the locations and the costumes and all that stuff. So when it comes to the ladies and what they're going to be wearing in the comic project I'm developing, Intrepids, they're definitely going to be going and looking at these for the basics. It said here, basic. And they come in this nice little box with a little filing cabinet looking thing right here, if I can show it. Right there, you see, we've got basic, casual, freedom, glamour, confidence, and athletics. Besides all that, there's also, what's this in the back? These other ones, dramatic, lounging, maternity, portrait, and technical. That shows you the different sides here. Now let's see what athletic looks like according to this fashion illustration category that we've got. And I'm pretty sure athletic doesn't exactly mean athletic body. It just means athletic poses like this. Or and these are also two-sided, so you get there and you get the opposite direction. See that pose, and then you get the mirror of that pose. So in case you like it better with the left arm up instead of the right, or the right arm there instead of the left. Nice little mirror, mirror on the wall. And then we get another one. I don't know how this will qualify as athletic, but she's got the leg up. This is probably a more applicable pose to what it is I'm drawing and what it is I'll be illustrating when it comes to designing the ladies' suits that they'll be wearing throughout the film, their space suits throughout the comic. The leg up, the little sultry look in the face, and just use these and eyeball like I did with the photo reference books, where I would just be going from this and using that basic sketch to build the costume design on. And then we get another one of her with those long Elle McPherson looking legs coming out sideways that way. And in the backward direction as well. Here we get another one. Legs a lot spread wide open, but remember, this is a basic figure for fashion illustration. This isn't meant to be, super athletic. So even though it said athletic, they're meaning the poses. They're not meaning the actual body type. It's just a basic body type to illustrate on. They're not meant to be you just take that and do what you want to do with them. That's how you work. And slip all that back in there. And this was also very nice of them because not only does it include pieces in these different categories you see, but on top of all that, it actually also comes with a little instruction manual to show how exactly, because apparently these need instructions on how to be used, those photo references. Right here, using guide, instructions, demonstrations, and table of contents. And well, pretty much all of these is just a 2-page spread of the same thing of how you can take one of their templates here and use that for, say, doing a design of athletic wear like that. From one basic pose, somebody looks like they're either leaping up a stair or jumping or maybe jogging in place, and you get a little tracksuit right there. Here, got the lady, got the nice classic sexy akimbo, leg akimbo like this. You'd see many lady comic book character, lady superhero, and there they use that to build this design over here in the corner. Here's another one, and they take this little cross-legged, very dynamic, much more dynamic looking pose, or at least dynamic because the legs are twisted and you've got the arms working in here and the shoulders. You've got the shoulders going this way, shoulders and hips. That's always one side has the shoulder and hip going in here like an accordion, and the other one's going outward like an accordion twisted to one side. Yes, always. The term that goes back to the Renaissance Italy is contrapposto. That's a little less of an exaggerated demonstration of contrapposto, but we even get a nice little small table of contents showing all the different types and all the different poses from casual to basic here in a much smaller form in the manual as opposed to the actual big cards, which depends now. It probably would make some people feel silly where, oh, I got this giant cabinet here for all these with all these little cards here to work for illustration designs on, but then in there it comes with this tiny little booklet that has everything I needed in the first place. Well, now I just feel like I got gypped. And apparently somebody is very sad on Fridays, says Mildred, or oh no, that's Mildred referring to my subscriber Christopher always being sad on Fridays because one of my loyal subscribers and viewers, Nick, is not available on Fridays, on Friday nights. So that's for everyone to know because Christopher gets sad about those kind of things. Yes. Or as Christopher just said, I'm missing my meat. Oh yeah, you gonna feed me my meat? Because you're a dirty dog. Is that what you are, Christopher? You're just a dirty dog and you want to be fed meat all day long? You're a full-on carnivore? God. But are you just a guy who likes to eat meat, or are you like to eat people like Armie Hammer apparently does? I don't know if any of you saw that, but yeah, that actor Armie Hammer, he got caught. Multiple women over the years have come forward with like text message evidence of him like threatening to kill them or like break off pieces of the ribs and chew on it. And I don't know if it's some kind of role play, he's like kinky role play, or if he's really into cannibal porn. That's one of the subscriptions I have right here on YouTube is to Mr. Nightmare, that one series of videos where it's just a collection of scary stuff of like 3 to 4 stories described in each video about, scary pizza delivery experiences or, school lock-ins or whatever. And then you've got the situation recently where it was, I think, scariest Craigslist ads. And one of them was a cannibal looking for a willing victim. Yes, that was a real ad on Craigslist somewhere. And well, Christopher is missing his meat as he refers to Nick. Mildred just is telling Nick to go to Arby's. Well, okay. There was, always go to Arby's. Arby's. Be there. I got no new messages coming in. I'm just seeing go to Arby's on here. So it's usually the messages are chomping in one after the other, then sometimes they go away. And Relentless is also referring to Mildred as a cutie pie. So the people in the stream, I've got my fabulous felines are ready to go. Relentless and Mildred, they're always regulars. Besides all that, I also like to announce that this right here, this sketchbook is done. This one of doing art instructions. This is me sketching out of art instructional books, from dynamic figure drawing to drawing beautiful women, the Frank Cho method. And since that one is done, I'm decided that this is going to be I'm actually ending the Friday night live streams time-lapse drawing series I was doing of me drawing out of these on account of the videos just simply not getting views. So I deleted the playlist. I erased all the videos. So I will be having next week Friday next week we'll be launching a new time-lapse drawing series of videos. The title will not be released yet, but what I will do will be simply taking one of these new artist photo reference books that I have, and what I'm going to be doing with them is simply picking a photo out of one of these, whether it be me habitually drawing women, or say if it would be even a male character. Take a particular photo that catches my eye, like this one here did to this one artist in one of the demonstrations, and simply use that to as a do side-by-side photo reference combined next to something I'll be drawing of an established comic book character. Like, say, let's just pick one at random as a demonstration. If I took this tall photo here of the lady standing right where my thumb is, and I just simply did a time-lapse of me drawing, say, Power Girl or Harley Quinn or even Miss Marvel or Emma Frost on right next to it, and doing it actually in full color. The Sunday videos I do that now I've officially settled on them being time-lapse drawing videos where I would be going to any character that catches my eye, and those are done in color with my Copic Copic pens, Copic markers, and Copic pens, like the one I've got right here. That's stuck. Yes, Copic sketch. This one, though, will be different. I will be recreating a particular pose out of one of these books to make a new comic book character, and I'll be doing them in pen and ink with color, but with the Arteza brand collection of watercolor brush pens that were a gift from a few months back that I have not really used in any video, except for the very first Friday time-lapse video I did in this series that's just concluded. So say tomorrow, say next Friday, you will be seeing the beginning of a new series, the title of which I will not reveal yet, but I will be, say, taking a photo like this and turning it into a new piece of art. Whether or not it will be this is something like that will be all up to you. And we've got the third of my fabulous felines introducing herself in the stream right here, Miss Vicky T, saying, "Grandma keeps it way too hot in this house." Well, that's why I don't live with my grandmother. They do they do keep things a little hot. Alexa, please turn the heat up. It is already 150 degrees. So, who do you think I should start? Next Friday, I'll be beginning that new series of me taking a photo out of one of these photo reference books and using it to draw a new character, a new piece of artwork. Who do you think I should do? I'm not saying which photo I should use. I'm saying which character should be the debut of my new pen and ink and watercolor time-lapse videos for Fridays. Because that looks like a photo that catches my eye, but who should I draw as her? Maybe a Harley Quinn, maybe a Miss Marvel, maybe a Witchblade, maybe even a She-Ra. I'll leave that up to you to decide as we go through the stream, because that's on that case. That's on you. Audience participation is key in my world, is key in my book. And we've got another hi to everyone out there. Of course, Relentless always being the first to welcome someone new in the stream. And of course, with Relentless, she simply says, "Love your grandma to the moon and back." Yes. I'm just saying, I'm not saying to hate your grandmother. I'm just saying be wary of how they are about the heat. The heat in the house. There's something else I've got right here to show, but that is something that, because of how much I talked about the fashion illustration and introducing the new time-lapse drawing series that will be started next Friday, it's time we get into the piece right here. Yes. And Vicky, of course, does not dislike her grandma. It's just simply that, sometimes she keeps the heat up too high. Absolutely love her, but OMG, I'm dying, with a couple X's right there. All right. Now we're going to go in and begin actually doing this piece with the face. Just got to find which one is my thickest line I use. 03. Where's the 03? Now it's missing. Where did you go? Oh, there you are. Right there. And keep it in place. Nice. Wrong again. Do her face this way. She had a much taller, thinner face than others with very prominent cheekbones, so I'm going into the inking trying to get a little longer than before. Right there. Doing that classic 3/4 perspective on her eyes right there. Now we're going to go with thicker one up here. No, it isn't. And now up here, we got this one with her eyebrow. Not too thick. She also was very one prominent thin eyebrows as well as some cheekbone in there. So we're going to go in this one here and do a little cheekbone, which I haven't done in a while. I think that line may be a little too thick, kind of stands out too much. Have to maybe correct that later. And now with this one, no, it is not. But we're going to correct it anyway, making the eyes smaller than I had them in the pencil form, because those the J. Scott Campbell work that I've been recreating and looking through recently, and looking through the past, I say, few weeks, maybe a full month, has been he usually prefers larger eyes on the ladies he draws, but in doing more something close to what Julie Strain looked like, better to have the smaller piece, smaller pieces on her face, known as the eyes, of course, right there to keep them level. There we go. Now we're going to get down to the 0.1, or actually here I'll be using one of the Prismacolor drawing pens as a little different. This one. Vicky says here that the lady in the cape was great, and the lady in the cape was neat, as was the lady kicking her boot towards the audience. Lovely pose. I think I'm leaning towards the Madame in boots. Okay. That's that you're referring to one of the photos I showed off. I was saying what character I should draw from one of those photo reference books. That's what I was asking specifically. Because the end of the day, it's whatever is the photo that catches my eye is a matter of who am I going to, transform that photo into. Like this one right here was me working off of a pose I found of Julie Strain online. That was her in her Heavy Metal 2000 getup. Because one thing I saw, I think it was on TMZ, that showed her from a Playboy Channel show that she had on, along with all the movies and modeling she was doing in the 90s. It was a Playboy Channel show, and they had the full page like ad for it on, I think it was in the back of Playboy magazine when the show was on, and it was like her in like she had a long cape, and she had like a bailiff, of course, the bailiff who was a porn star, like crouched at her feet, but you didn't see much of her. And besides that, you saw like part of her, but she had the long cape on, so you didn't really see much of her figure as much as you would want to in rendering her figure, since it was quite eye-catching and lovely. And you also had her feet obscured by the lady down there. So I was looking at that and just like couldn't hack it. So then I went towards, oh yeah, I remember Heavy Metal 2000, saw what she looked like then, and thought, okay, now find one where we see her whole body, and I can work from there. And that's what we're doing right here, is working from her whole body down to that. And Vicky T proposes that I draw Poison Ivy, the Batman villain. And what do you guys think? Mildred's the first to respond with a simple yummy. Okay, I'm guessing that I'll be doing Poison Ivy for the first time. And also we got some meowing on here, but yes, Vicky and Relentless and Mildred responding in with yummy. That's the first one. And this is the longest I've gone into stream for a while that hasn't had any message held for approval. I don't know why, because I usually sometimes the very first message that pops up is a message that's held for review, and I'm not seeing anything for the first time in a long time. It's a strange new feeling in my little corner right here. Let's stick back to the Here's another suggestion is barbed wire. What we've got, there's one that says Mildred says barbed wire, and Vicky says poison ivy. I've got those two coming in, and there is a little barbed wire related surprise that I've got. Um, I know that eBay auctions can be a bit of a nightmare, and that can be a bit of a crapshoot, and that you put the money in on something to bid for something you would want, and then just out of nowhere, either somebody comes in with one big absurd amount of a bid you can't match or overtake, and then they wind up winning what you were looking for, or you get it, and then people just start like betting, overbidding, overbidding. And luckily, I was able to get into an eBay auction where I was the only person bidding on this one thing related to barbed wire, and it'll be a shipping from eBay in a couple days. So I'll be showing that off when it comes in. It'll be a surprise for all of you out there. Where has that? Another suggestion from Mildred is that either barbed wire or have both barbed wire and poison ivy and just have them making out. Because you've got Miss Ivy in that green bustier and with the lighter green skin tone, and then you've got barbed wire, the buxom blonde, and that leather corset with those hooker boots. Could be fun. Could be very, very fun. I'm not sure. Maybe I've got three suggestions. I've got wondering what Relentless would have to say about this. What's her suggestion of which comic book character should I draw to start the new pen and ink and watercolor time lapse series from Photo Reference come next Friday? As I've had that collection, that piece of Arteza brand watercolor pens that I have not used, really, except for one piece that I did. And now I'm wondering what next. Here's one. Vicky complimenting everyone on the character suggestions, and she's also asking Chris now, what characters would Chris like to see? Well, yes, because Mildred said barbed wire, or suggesting a lesbian makeup between barbed wire and option one being Miss Poison Ivy. How many times? And Relentless asks, how many times did my girlfriend and I watched heavy metal at Dearborn? I didn't know that heavy metal played. Do you mean, was that a drive-in or was that a regular theater around the time? Well, Christopher being Christopher, he wants to see Thor in the nude. So you like Nordic meat. You're not just a carnivore. You like your meat Nordic? Because you're in, or because you like him because he's a dirty dog. Vicky's asking, would YouTube even allow that? I'm not sure, because the very first one of these I did became a restricted video, an age-restricted video, and the thumbnail, I actually had to do it by putting the pen over her nipples and another pen over her crotch right here for it to be shown. So, and I hope that the YouTube bots aren't like, I do agree with Red Leather Media saying that the YouTube bots are like the squiddies, the machines from the Matrix, where they're just like hovering around and, oh, that video has like NFL footage in it, and then they instantly swarm and maul the fuck out of that. Yeah, it's probably wouldn't be a prudent thing to do. So, well, I've got women, I've got men, I've got just action poses of women and men. So I've got a large variety of photo reference in those books that came in for me to work from. Wonder that. Do down, do 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 wow 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 bada wada right there, right there. Now we're gonna go in and connect those together. For a nice little space red leather. I'm guessing was leather, may have been some kind of cloth. Yes. Oh, right there. Oh, my dear lordy. Yes, nice body. Here's one. Another one from Mildred. She suggests a superhero orgy. I'm pretty sure that my whole damn channel will get taken down for doing that, not just that one video. That'll be a one strike you're out sexual content lawsuit right there. Maybe. Or maybe I could do it just to test them. Like, you want to censor me? Go ahead, do it. I'm going to go and draw this superhero orgy. Just everybody, just, you got Black Widow and Captain America over there. You got Hawkeye and the Scarlet Witch over there. No. It's just what you've got. I think I didn't mention Iron Man. You've got Iron Man and the Iron Man and Captain Marvel. They're just, they're humping away. I wouldn't meant that'd be great to see. I think we'd all like. How many people would like to see that? Voting right now. Who wants to see the superhero orgy? Who wants to see me draw a superhero orgy? Because now I'm curious about how much depravity my freaks out there really want to see me draw. My freaks, all of you. I love every single one of you. And you want to see a superhero orgy, then I'll draw it. And that's why they call me the Daddy. I'd like to see. Maybe I need to get part of that super orgy. It don't kill ugly. This one. Vicky simply says, I want your channel to remain intact. So I'm guessing it probably means that the superhero orgy is out of the question. Yeah, probably not. Get these little straps on her legs here. That is just the leather's way of saying that it likes you. The leather man, yes. Now we're going to have a little bit of her abdomen showing here. His lady is coming to the papa. And that's the reason I'm going to take Miss Strain right here, bring her back to my place, and show her just why they call me the Daddy. The big bad booty daddy. You can have his spot, his bald spot, his liver spot. His woman is coming to the papa. Here's one. Luke, Twitter was cool. You want to post NSFW? Just YouTube might be a wet blanket. That was well, that may be it. That may be the case. So I'm not so. I've posted pieces where it'll be of me doing like nude figure sketches and haven't had anything, or when I go through I show my Playboys on there and nothing happens. But there we go. Nice. Nice. Get that leg in there. Ooh. Get the 3 line here to get that difference in her flesh on the bare part of her leg there and the outside curve. Who else wants my channel to stay intact and just simply do maybe a barbed wire or a poison ivy, since those are the 2 options that have come up. Here's one. And since I've been, according to Vicky, barbed wire would look killer in these boots right here. Well, I think so. I think so too, except these are a little bit more ornate since she's a robot space warrior woman. So I wonder if this character and Miss One and Only barbed wire would ever cross over. That'd be cool. Here's one. Well, since Relentless, your little APB out there on Nick, he's not available tonight, so the APB out there is a fruitless effort. Got to enjoy the audience we have right in here. Yes. That's why they call me the Daddy. Although I did see also that Virgin, Virgin as in Richard Branson, they did it. They also actually published comics for a while, and among the things they did, there was a comic that was focused around Jenna Jameson. Yes, it was actually a licensed comic from Virgin that had Jenna Jameson as its protagonist. Look it up. Just go Jenna Jameson Virgin Comics. I think it was sometime in the 2000s. And yes, it happened to be about a woman who flees into the big city, starts working as a stripper, and then finds out she's a magical warrior woman. I wonder how Jenna Jameson's character is dressed. And remember, I saw it was a 3-issue series, and one of the covers for the comic was done by Greg Land, the man who's either liked or hated for how much he habitually photo references either Playboy or Sports Illustrated or other porno mags. Oh, here's one. Vicky says, I mean the boots in the book you showed. Although the boots like here that Fack is wearing, that's the character's name, also look amazing. Yeah, there's some picture, one of the pictures in here I could do. Well, there's one suggestion. I think now Vicky and is leaning towards barbed wire now in the choice of which one I should do for Friday. Especially since the live stream I did a few months back, where I drew barbed wire for the first time. That's now one of my most viewed streams I have. I think it's up to 600 views, or past 600, and that's means that if I find another good reference, I probably will get more views. Christopher says he was one in 1999. I think referring to strippers when I was bringing up the Jenna Jameson comic, and how she was a he was a it was a what else? These boots are made for walking. Of course, we got a quote from Relentless. What else is going on? I see IEA. I was one in 1999. Fess up, ladies, says Christopher. And fess up, ladies, says Christopher. And these boots are made for walking, says Relentless. That's anyone else got anything new? We got a fresh reference. I'm caught up with the chat. I was on and FF Test says Mildred, I was on in 1978. Okay. It was what else? Oh wait, no, that line's too thick. Let's go for this one here. Now, as soon as I try and figure out what exactly is meant by FF, because there is something else that Christopher likes to refer to himself as PB. I explained before months ago what he means by calling himself a PB, and now every time else he mentions it in the chat, it's now one of the drinking games we bring up. Now, if he mentions PB in the chat, take a shot if you feel like it. Right there. Now, where's the thicker line to go up? There we go. FF. And now we've got more FF from Mildred. Get that down there. Let's push this up so Christopher can get what he wants to see. Did you mention not having done Poison Ivy before? If Barb brings in the views, then sweet. Well, the team is well, sometimes when people just use the acronyms, they don't know what that means. But we've got the FF as in the Fabulous Felines, says right here. But that's the feline, since we've got our two regulars of Relentless and Mildred, and our semi-regular viewer here. Yes, Vicky is and we've got all three of my fabulous felines right here in the chat. So those others out there, enjoy. But what else? I've actually, Vicky, no, I have done Poison Ivy before in the streams, and I think one of the very first pieces I did for my Thursday Playboy cover time lapses was one of Poison Ivy, and it was specifically the cover of the issue in which Elle Macpherson posed in Playboy was one that I did of Poison Ivy. And that's why well, if I'm able to get another thumbnail of barbed wire that is, as eye-catching as the one that I used in that live stream, then yes, we are bound to go in and get one of my debut for Friday that would be as highly viewed as the ones I've been doing. I think if we stick to the ladies and it's something where the eye-catching ladies look on the thumbnails, then yes, my new Friday series will be amazing. Drink and fess up, ladies, you are, says Mildred. And Christopher also, Mildred lost her virginity in 1978. She wants everyone to know that. And Christopher, once again, has spelled out what he means by PB. We all know that already, so I'm not explaining myself. I explained it 4 or 5 different times, so now it's up to everyone else there in the chat to figure out what he means by PB. Wow. Get that line fixed. Now we're going to fix this right up in here. Now we're going there. There we go. Now get that little, let's do a thicker line on that one. Here's one. Vicky's on Team Barbed Wire. Here's one. Awesome. I will gladly jump to barbed wire then. She looked rocking in the Google images. Oh, yes. Well, then it looks like we've got one suggestion. The suggestion was from Mildred, and Vicky is the one who's now jumping on the bandwagon. So that's 2 votes for my new Friday series making the debut of drawing in pen and ink and watercolor Miss Barbed Wire. Yes, yes, yes. Bottoms up and buns up kneeling to everyone out there, because Mildred's on the warpath of my 3 fabulous felines. She's the one that wants to know how everyone else lost their virginity. I'm not sure if it's a constitutional right, but she has the right to ask at least. But whether or not you want to tell is something else. Why down there? Push it up a bit. Here's one. 43 minutes in, and this is the first time a message was held for review. Here's one. They must be Catholic girls. Yes, Mildred typing "they must be Catholic girls" was a message held for review. Now you know why I can't do any time-lapse video of drawing a naked Thor or the superhero orgy. We'd have to reserve that for xhamster.com to do that one. WAP. This is why they call me the daddy. Yes, the booty daddy. Now let's get into the 01 here. Christopher says, I was 12 and he was 14. PB. And now Vicky's responding with, oh, me? I don't remember the exact date I lost my V card, just who I did it with. And let's see. Relentless says, you're all making me laugh my ass off. All right. All right. Well, it turns out maybe my viewership isn't full of Catholic girls. If Mildred lost hers at 17, we got Christopher losing his at 12, and Vicky admits, yes, having lost her V card but not remembering the exact age her exact age, which, okay. No. Okay, no, because having sex is a very special thing. Okay, it's not something you want to rush into, children. Okay, okay. I was. Oh no, wait. Mildred's corrected herself. She was 14. She was 14, and he was 17. Oh well, now that little clarification from Miss Riddell. Okay. Yeah, and there. Now let's go. These very ornate little shin guards she's wearing. We're now going to go in and. Now up to 205 right here. Wrong, biatch. We got this in just fine. What you got, biatch? Remember Jimbo from South Park, Stan's uncle? Is Stan's uncle that likes to hunt, and his friend with the one arm and the voice box. I think we're fighting Canadians. Or when they're teaching, I think Tweak how to box, and he's boxing with one arm, going, "What you got, biatch?" I remember watching that episode. My mom was in the room and hearing him say, "What you got, biatch," and saying, "He sounds like your father." Yeah. My father does not have a voice box like that. What you got, biatch? Oh, now we're gonna move up a little bit in the world. Get a little crotch in there. The crotchateria, yes. Those single bars always have those one-word names like scamps, tramps, chats, rumors, cahoots, pickles, bangles, bongles. How about one called Nipples and Dicks? The Sperm Club, the Crotchateria, Snatchorama, Frankie's Fuckery, Cafe Vagina, Open All Night. Who out there would like it if Cafe Vagina was open all night? But meat is meat, according to Mildred. And Christopher responds with, "Unless it is in a minnow." And well, nobody seems to be Catholic here, but Relentless says that I grew up with Southern Baptists, boys. Okay. And that's the ending of that's the last message I've been seeing here was talking about Christopher talking about unless it's a minnow. I'm not seeing anything else. So. Now we got this one here. Maybe sometimes I've been told that there are messages that come in that then I don't even see here in the chat. Not even if they're held for review, they just like shut. Seems like the stream just will cut off any response in general. Which how depraved is that? Vicky says I'm Catholic, so we've got one Catholic schoolgirl here, and it's Vicky. Out of my fabulous felines, we've got Vicky. It was and Relentless simply responds with "sex rules!" exclamation point. Yes, hello! Exclamation point. I always wanted to be with a woman who was named after punctuation. Would you like to touch my monkey? Touch it! Lieb mein Eibschmink. Which is German for love my monkey. Now for this time on Sprockets when we dance. Welcome to Sprockets. I'm your host, Dieter. Best German television, Sprockets. And now here's Dieter. Oh, yes, Dieter. Dieter, help me, Dieter. Dieter. Love me, Dieter. You used to explore the banality of consumerist life, and now you are drinking beer from a hat. Oh, you do not get to touch my monkey. You grew up with this, Dita. You're special. I'm not. I do enjoy this now. I think it was one of the very first Sprocket skits they did on Saturday Night Live with Woody Harrelson as like a German art film director who shows up, and it's after the Berlin Wall was dismantled, and he's wearing a Bermuda shorts. He has a beer helmet. He's playing with toy cars. Here's one. Well, actually, Mildred says me too. So we've got two Catholics. 2 out of 3. We've got a Southern Baptist, and 2 Catholic schoolgirls out of my fabulous felines. 2 out of 3 is not bad. How to do some calculating, says Vicky T. I graduated in 2008, lost my V card before graduation, so I was about 17 or 18 when I lost mine. Okay. Yes. Dieter Zesch has left the chat. Well, now we know. Oh, what are you doing, Dita? Do you want to? I want you to touch my monkey. Touch my monkey. Would you like to touch my monkey? Touch it! Oh, Dita, help me, please. No. Dita. Oh, too much beer, Dita. You have driven me to the point of insanity. There, I'm insane now. Welcome to Sprockets. I'm your host, Dita, and I'm as happy as a little girl. Welcome to the Insane Academy Awards. Yes. German television Sprockets. Now is your host, Dita. Christopher refers to himself as being a late bloomer. Here's one. Late bloomer. Who's Christopher is saying late bloomer, referring to Vicky, but 17 or 18. Well, no. Not everybody can have it at age 12. Christopher explains himself. Yes, he lost his virginity at 12. He started young because he was hung. Maybe I should make a shirt out of that. Should merchandise the channel and put that at the bottom of every video and stream. There's have shirts and mugs that say I started young because he was hung. And Relentless is in shock about 12. Yes, he already said that in the chat about starting at age. It was at age 12. It was because Christopher was young and the guy was hung. I thought this was common knowledge now that we were doing this stream. Welcome. Yes. And I'm as happy as a little girl. Electric cafe. Oh, auf Wiedersehen. Getting this hand down there. Oh, we got the hands in place now. And amidst all that size talk, Christopher also, oh yes, he was 14, and amidst that size also got a chubby. Okay, so Relentless now specifies what age she lost her virginity. She was 15. It used to be that people would come into these streams to talk about drinking or drink as I was going along. Now we've got 7. We know how everyone in my chat that's been talking is talking about when they lost their virginity. We've got a 12, we got 17 to 18. Let me check again. We got 15. It's a very probing live stream this weekend. This weeknight was. Yes. God knows what would happen if I was streaming during the weekends. We'd be hearing a lot more. A lot more things we were not supposed to, but we had them anyway. Because that is what we do here. Yes. Welcome to Sprockets. I'm your host, Dita. Dieter or Dita, like the burlesque lady. Either or, because she is both a dirty girl and happy as a little girl. Right there. Now let's go back down to 2 to get this sword in place. There we go. Now we're gonna get this here to take care of these things. Boop, right there. Now, and the other one. This we go here. So now what next? This way and that way. We got the sword done. Now let's blast through her hair as we finish this boy up. Finish this babe up, to be more exact. Down here and there. And get that hair over this way. Thinner pen lines on the arms here, a little bit harder to see which ones are the very thin pen marks and which ones are just pencil lines that I can't discern. So I'm going on a guessing game in this one. There we are, here and here. Figure out very easily what's going on. The lower we get, how low can you go? This one. High forehead. Miss Strain had a high forehead in her, all the different ways she wore her hair. You always noticed a high forehead on her. Or more elegant in her badassery, always posing with swords or guns. My nose hit a little something, and my nose almost hit my camera. Now let's see here. Now we got to do some basic wave lines in there. If we're doing more contour work than doing like official flow through kind of line work to get the shape, like it's radiating outward almost in waves, as this costume doesn't have a cape. So we're doing that shorthand where we're giving a woman elaborate hair to make it look like she has a cape, except the cape is her hair. Which is something that I don't think is any sort of shorthand I've ever read out of any like how-to book or ever been told by an artist at some convention. So I'm just going by something I thought of my own volition that, oh, it's like sort of like you can make it stylized like a cape. And that's what I've been doing since then. Whether I'm directly referencing a photo or someone else's artwork that I'm trying to recreate, or coming up with my own pose just straight out of scratch, not even photo referencing anybody or anything. Just, okay, you know, doing a barbed wire. And now I think, yes, we'll officially say that my new Friday time-lapse series, the first thing I'll draw in pen and ink with watercolor from a photo, something referenced out of the comic artist's photo reference Women and Girls book, will be barbed wire. And now officially making that announcement for all of you out there to see, to enjoy. Yes. And now that we're nearly done. Yes, Mildred has some more details about her virginity. She was 14, he was 17, the guy was a senior. Well, I can't quite remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure losing your virginity to a senior in high school is considered like a, hey man, you got with a senior? That's amazing. One last look right there. And with that, we have ourselves a finished Julie Strain. May she rest in peace. And thank you all tonight for watching. Don't forget, if you're a new viewer out there, like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to help out the channel, you can always make a donation to my online art store. Follow the link in the description below to my online store. Donate any dollar amount you want. Besides that, you can also buy pen and ink illustrations I have for sale at $25 a piece plus shipping. I also have commissions available for sale. They are $50 a piece plus shipping. Commissions are the last item in the illustrations categories I have. There's 4 of them up there. I also have color drawings available for sale at $20 a piece plus shipping. And besides all that, I have sketchbooks available at $25 a piece. I will soon be uploading coffee sleeve artwork up there. They will be $10 a piece plus shipping. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, I will be uploading a new video showing off a little bit of something that I do with my life here out in the city of Detroit. Thank you all for watching this week. Thank you for watching tonight. And of course, see you, Space Cowboy.